Greetings, I'm Bairnt and welcome to the One-Stop Co-op Shop. Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Kingdom Death Monster. We're going to be going against that. He's our level 1 Phoenix. We fought one before, but we're going to try it again. Hopefully it'll come out as well as we did the last one. Now before we start, there's a couple things I want to talk about. When we did our hunt and settlement video, I forgot to pick up tail feathers from one of our hunt events. So we're going to go ahead and gain this resource. Also, I have gone ahead and set up the Showdown board. We've done the Phoenix before, so I don't think you have to see me go through this or everything, but here's what we have. We have 2 acanthus plants out here. We have an ore vein. We have debris down here at the bottom, and of course our Phoenix is perched up high in the nightmare tree. So those are all the things we have out here. Now, the one thing I have left to do is set up his AI deck. We have to do that first. So if we look at our card right down here, we're going to have to put in 8 basic, 3 advanced, and 3 legendary. So we have all our basics right here. We're going to mix these up. We're going to get a little truffle shuffle here and see what we get. We need 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have 8 of these cards. Now we also need to get 3 advanced cards. They're right here. We're going to mix these 3 up, and we're going to put them in there, and hopefully we never see them. That's going to be the plan. 1, 2, 3. All right, 3 advanced, and then 1 legendary. This is one I absolutely hope we don't see, even though the last one we got wasn't too bad. Wasn't the end of the world. We're going to take that one right there. Now we have to mix all of these up so that they're all mixed together, and then we're going to go ahead and put them right down on the A side. Just a little truffle shuffle here. I should say, not A side. I guess it's the A side. All right, we're going to put them right there. Our Phoenix is ready to go. We're ready to fight. If you're excited to see if we can take on this Phoenix, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop. Since we didn't actually draw the monster's corpse that we got the last time, our Phoenix gets to go first. And here's our characters kind of set up in a ring around him. We have over here Palin. Right here we have our new character, Ashroot. And then, of course, we have Fizban right down here, and this is Mina. Now, of course, Mina's carrying the Twilight Sword. It's not an axe, it's a Twilight Sword. We're going to use our imagination. Now, to get this party started, we're going to draw our first AI card for our Phoenix. And it is, what is this? Oh, it's our legendary card. Oh, I didn't want to see this at all. All right, it says top of the food chain. Of course it is. The monster suddenly seems older. -3 to severe injury rolls resulting from the monster's attack. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. All right, hopefully he doesn't actually severely injure us, or we're going to be having some femoral artery issues. No doubt about it. All right, I'm going to put this down on his trait area. Now that he's gone ahead and drawn his AI card and finished the turn, we do have to perform the Zeal action. It says at the end of each monster's turn, perform basic action. So the basic action for our Phoenix, of course, is this terrible card right here. Closest threat in range. If there's no target, it disdains. Now, of course, all of our characters are in range, so there's no problem there. So there is an activation here if I want to, but I'm not going to. It's going to target gains 1 age token. So it picks a target. The target I'm going to choose Fizban. Fizban's going to go ahead and take 1 age token. Then it's going to move to attack with a speed of 2, an accuracy of 2, and a damage of 2. Of course, this thing's movement is 8, so there's no getting out of this guy's range. So he's going to go ahead and move up and attack. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, and then spin and attack. That's going to be my plan. He's going to go ahead and attack Fizban right there. So our Phoenix is going to go ahead and use its attack 2. Now at this point I could use a survival right here to go ahead and activate my block if I want, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and just take it. It needs a 2+. So I don't think I have any evasion on that character. So we're going to see how this goes. I did get hit twice by our Phoenix, which means we're going to have to roll 2 hit location dice and see what happens. We got a body and of course we got the legs as usual. Now that's going to do 2 damage to each part. So Fizzband is going to take 2 damage to the legs and 2 damage to the body, and he has gained 1 of his age tokens. So we're only down to 2 defense in both of these areas. Now this Phoenix takes up an absolute monstrous amount of room, but I am going to use a dash at this point, bringing Fizzband's, survival. His survival is going to go down to 7, because that way he can get out of the way of the next thing this Phoenix is going to do. According to its AI card, it's going to perform Razor Wind. Survivors in the blast zone suffer knockback 7 and bash and bleed 1. Now, of course, the blast zone is right here, so it's everything 3 spaces in front of this creature. Now, she's immune to bash, but I still don't like to get knockback 7 and bleed. So she's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right onto the acanthus plant that is right behind the Phoenix that you can't actually see because this Phoenix is absolutely out of control. But she's right back there. So I'm going to go ahead and put our Phoenix right back where it's supposed to be. And now we're going to go into our survivor's turn. The first person we're going to use is Mina. Mina is going to go ahead and I think she's going to surge. She's going to surge her cat eye circlet. We're going to bring that down to a 7. So that's her total survival right now. Now, of course, she has the rawhide armor set, which states that when you perform a survival action, you roll a d10 on a 6+, I gain back my survival. So we're just going to go ahead and roll right here. I got a 9, so I did get back my survival, so we're going to bring that back to an 8. And then that's going to be her first action. It allows her to look at the top 3 hit location cards. So let's see what this thing is going to do. It's going to perform Hard Beak. It's a super dense location, means it would break frail objects. All right, but it's just a reflex. The monster glares, pierces the survivor's puny mind, causing an explosion of pain. Turn the monster to face the attacker and roll a d10. If the result is less than the attacker's Hunt XP, they suffer 1 brain damage for each age token they have. Okay, most of our characters don't have age tokens. What's this? Wound. It is the Glorious Soft Belly. After the attacker if the attacker has any age tokens, they suffer Rewind. None of mine do, except of course for Mina. Oh no, I'm sorry, Fizzband. Fizzband does. Undo the survivor's attack, restore any wounds or persistent injuries the attack caused to the monster, and place the survivor 5 spaces away from the monster. And our last one is the Glorious Hand. You strike the monster's powerful digits. All right, so these aren't actually too bad. I'm actually going to put the super dense one last because it's going to make the monster turn to face the attacker. And I want to make sure I can get as many attacks in the blind spot as I can. That's going to be our plan. All right, these are going to go back on the deck like that, and we're going to move into one of our survivors' turns. I think it's going to be our new character, Ashret. Or sorry, not Ashret, Palin. Palin is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and stand right here. And he is going to attack, of course, behind the Phoenix here. He's right here. He's in the Phoenix blind spot, and he's going to use his, the Beast Knuckles. He's got these Beast Knuckles. These things are awesome. It says, when you wound with this weapon, the monster gains -1 toughness till the end of the turn. And it has a 2 speed, and it also has a 6 accuracy, and has a 4 strength. Now, of course, he moved 4 squares, and he's able to activate his bash, or whatever it is here. Let's see what it is. It is the slam. Spend your movement to move forward. Oh, I didn't move in a straight line. Okay, never mind. I don't get to do that. He has to move in a straight line, and I couldn't really set him up to do that, even if I wanted to. So he's just going to move in here, and he's going to attack with those Beast Knuckles. So he's got his Beast Knuckles. Now they're paired, which means he gets to roll 2 for this one. And since he's got the other pair, he gets to roll 2 for that. So he gets to roll 4 attack, and he needs a 6+, but he's in the blind spot, so he needs a 5+. So let's see how he does. He's got a 5+ or better. He has hit 2 times, which is just fine. He has missed with 2 of the attacks. Of course, we know what these 2 attacks are because we've seen them in action. The Glorious Hands and the Glorious Soft Belly. So I think what we're going to do is go ahead and attack the Glorious Soft Hands first. He has a 6+ strength, So he only needs to, or sorry, a 4 strength. He gets a 4 strength, so he has to add 4 to the dice roll. Let's see what he does. He gets a 1, which is an automatic non-hit. That's fantastic. So he gets a 4 plus 1 is 5, plus I think he gets a couple other points of strength for being himself. So 4, 5, 6, 7. He would have got a 7, but a 1 is an auto fail. So he has failed to wound the glorious hands. We're going to put those over here. And now we're going to go ahead and try the glorious soft belly. Everything's glorious when it comes to this thing. We got a 7. That's a glorious wound. We're going to go ahead and wound this thing. So we've gone ahead and wounded him. And of course, he's going to do this rewind. But I don't have any age tokens on him. So that's not going to take effect. Our monster has taken 1 wound. So we're going to go ahead and put one of our AI cards over into the wound stack. We're going to put our 2 hit location cards, of course, right here because we're all done. And I should probably return our basic action card to where it's supposed to be. And now we're going to move into somebody else's turn. All right, now I'm probably going to do one of the worst plans I've ever had. We're going to go ahead and tick Mina's survival down to 7 yet again. We're going to roll to see if she gets it back. She does, so she still stays at 8. Wow, that's amazing. All right, she's going to go ahead and dash. She's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4. Then she's going to use, oh, she can't use her Twilight Sword. I was going to have her use her Twilight Sword, but I forgot it's sentient, which means I can't use this unless she's actually insane, which is too bad. So, well, let's see what she can do. She hasn't actually used an action yet, so she might use this bone pick. What is she doing? No, she's just going to use the cat eye circle. We're going to use the cat eye circle and look at the next things. Oh, and then she's going to have to get out of there. That was not exact. That was the worst plan I've ever had. It really was. It was the worst plan. All right, let's see what we have found. We have found an impervious location. You dislodge some parasites from the monster's glorious wing. That means I can't actually wound that location, but it doesn't break our items. Oh no, look, there's the trap. Wow, this thing, I find the traps. Oh, there's another super, we already knew about that one. All right, I think we're going to put them back in, well, I guess that order. I don't want to find the trap. That's going to be terrible. All right, we're going to put them back just like that, and then we're going to move, I guess, over to her. And she's going to go ahead and move 1, 2, 3 into the blind spot again. I have to attack this. I can't not attack it. But maybe there's a way to trigger the trap without hurting too many people. I don't think there is. All right, we're just going to go ahead and attack with her. So Ashford is going to go ahead and attack with the Bone Dagger, which means she needs a 7+ to hit. Now, of course, we have our White Lion armor. I'm not going to forget this time. This is going to give us +1 speed, so I'm actually attacking with 4 dice. She normally has a 3, and I get +2 strength when attacking with either a dagger or katar. So we are attacking with a dagger, so I'm going to get +2 strength. I actually don't want to hit more than twice. I only have a 7 accuracy, but I'm in the blind spot, so I get a 6. And she has +1 innate. Now, I didn't pounce or anything, so I don't get anything else. So she needs a 7, 6, 5. I need a 5 to hit this thing. And I hit it. Oh, I didn't hit it at all. That's absolutely terrible. Well, I wanted to hit it at least twice. Well, oh well, I didn't hit it at all. That's amazing. All right, she is done for the turn. We're going to move into, I believe we're going to move right into Fizzban, and he's standing right next to her as well. He's going to activate his Blood Paint. He's got the Blood Paint, which allows him to activate 2 different things. Activate weapon gear to the left and right of this card. These are 2 separate attacks and cannot be used with 2-handed weapons. Now, I don't have 2-handed weapons. I've got a Feather Shield, and I also have my Bone Blade, which I don't want to hit with the Bone Blade, because if I do, I'm going to shatter it, because this thing's got a super dense location. So yeah, I think it is super dense. Yes. So we're going to attack with a Feather Shield first. I get to roll 3 dice. And Fizzban has +1 accuracy, so I only need a 6 to hit. He's not in the blind spot. 6 to hit, let's see how this goes. I got a 10 and a 9. That's 2 hits. That's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. Again, we know what these 2 are. It's our tiny wings in our super dense location. Now, this is not frail. It's flammable, and it's a shield's melee, and it's block 1. Now, this is frail, sorry. So we don't want to actually attack any of these with that, but we didn't. We went with our Feather Shield first, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with the Impervious Location first, because I don't even get to wound it, so it doesn't matter what I get. Unless I was able to critically wound it, then I would gain the bottom part of this card. But instead, I got a 6, doesn't matter. Now, I don't get any extra strength from my Feather Shield, but I do get +2 strength because, well, he's Fizzban. So let's see how we do. I get +2 to this roll. I got a 2 + 2 is 4. That's not even close to enough, but it does do a reflex, which means the monster glares, pierces the survivor's puny mind, causing an explosion of pain. Turn to face the attacker and roll a d10. If the result is less than the attacker's Hunt XP, they suffer 1 brain damage. Well, his Hunt XP is 0, so I can't roll anything less than that, so he got 1 damage, because he does have an age token. So I'm going to go ahead and take 1 insanity away, and that's really about all that happened. I guess that really wasn't the greatest turn. Now the bad news is I have to continue. I have 2 attacks with my bone blade because of my blood paint. I get to use this weapon as well. And I did hit once, which is going to activate that trap because we know that's the next card. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and read our trap. The survivor is frozen in time. All survivors are doomed. So all survivors are doomed. They cannot block or use fighting arts. The attacker is caught helpless. Perform basic action targeting the attacker and automatically hits on a 2+ regardless of any modifiers in play. So we're going to go ahead. This thing is already turned to face us because of our actual last attack or wound card. Or hit location card, sorry. But he's going to go ahead and attack her now with these. He also is going to give him, an age token. So we're going to go ahead and give him 1 age token. He's going to get hit 4. Oh, he only got hit once. That's awesome. He got hit where? In the hands. So we're going to take a hands wound, and we're also going to gain an age token for Fizzband. So again, we've taken 2 more damage to a body part, but good news, it's always a different body part so far. So that's been really lucky for us. I'm going to gain 1 more age token, and we're going to continue on with the basic action. So now this thing is going to, of course, perform its Razor Wind. So it's going to go ahead and knock back everybody in the blast zone. 7, bash, bleed, 1. So these guys are going to get knocked backwards 7. Now it's going to stop, I believe, when it hits this because it's an impassable object. If I'm wrong, please let me know. And it's going to get knocked down. I also believe I lose 1 damage to a hit location, but I'm not exactly sure about if that is exactly true as well. Now this person, of course, does not get knocked down because she has the full leather armor set, which says that I am, you ignore bash. I don't ignore knockback, so I get knocked back. I don't take bash, but both these characters are going to take a bleed 1. So excited about using that survival to dash in there. That was absolutely brilliant. Wow, unbelievably smart. So I'm going to go ahead and put a bleeding token on both Fizzband and also on Mina. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix up our hit location deck a little bit because now it's time, I think, to do some surges and see if we can take down this Phoenix. Before we continue, I do want to mention that this is an impassable terrain, so I don't actually take any damage from running into it. It's only if you run into destructible terrain. I went and checked that out. So destructible terrain will be destroyed and you suffer 1 hit to a location. If you hit impassable terrain, you just stop and that's it. You're stopped right there. So actually it's not too bad. Now we're going to go ahead and use some of their survival. I'm going to start with Palin. Palin's going to go down to 6 survival, and he's going to go ahead and surge with his Beast Knuckles. Now I am going in completely blind with these Beast Knuckles because I don't know where that trap is anymore, so this could be pretty devastating. We get to roll 3 dice. Now I'm not in the blind spot anymore, so I am trying to hit on a 6+. Let's see how we do. I got a total of, oh my gosh, I wish that was a moon roll. I got 4 hits with 3 perfect hits. And Palin has Combo Mastery, which says on a perfect hit I get to make an additional attack roll. So I believe I get 3 more attack rolls, which this could be pretty bad because I might definitely find the trap. So we know all of those have hit. We're going to go ahead and roll 3 more dice and see how this goes. I get to roll 3 additional attack dice. Wow, this is amazing. And I need a 6+, so I got another 2 hits. Oh my gosh, this is something else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits on this thing. Oh my goodness. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hit location cards. One of these has to be the trap. Found the Glorious Eye. I can wound, and then I have the rewind. I don't have any age tokens, so this is a good hit to hit. That's awesome. We have this one. It says the monster glare pierces your thing. The punny mind one, where I suffer brain damage after the hit low or the Hunt XP. All right, that one's going to be okay. We have an Impervious Location, totally fine to hit this. The monster's feathers fly through the air, fantastic. The monster's thick neck, feathered neck, all right, nothing too big there. Oh, and there it is. All right, it's all over. Doesn't matter what the other thing is. I knew something like that was going to happen when we hit too many times. All right, we have found the trap. All these are negated, and we have to go ahead and deal with this. I'm doomed. I can't block, I can't do anything except get beat up by the totally defenseless, or I guess not defenseless, this thing is out of control. This Phoenix is going to go ahead and hit us again. I guess I'm defenseless. Here we go. So I'm going to roll 2 dice, then need a 2+ to hit Palin. Palin's very sad right now. He got hit twice, and we're going to see where he got hit. He got hit in the body, and he also got hit in the waist. So Palin's going to take 2 hit damage to the body, 2 damage to the waist. That's sad. All right, we're going to take 2 there, and I think his waste he's going to take 2. There we go. And now he is going to gain an age token because that's also what happens. The first thing that actually happens, he gains this age token, then it attacks. Then, of course, he can do this blast thing. It's going to be an absolute glorious event. He's going to gain a bleeding token, and actually, so is Ashrid. Ashrid's standing right next to him. She's also going to gain a bleeding token. So the Phoenix is going to turn to face these people and blow them 7 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they're going to get bashed. They're going to both fall down. They're not immune to that. And they're going to also take a bleeding token. We're again going to mix up our hit location deck and make sure to put the trap right on top because that seems to be my MO when it comes to fighting this thing. So we're going to do a little quick shuffle, and we're going to continue. I think that's going to be the end of our survivor's turn. We're going to be moving into the Phoenix's turn. And most likely the Phoenix is going to be attacking Mina because, well, Mina has the only person standing. So let us see what our brave Phoenix does. It is going to do right wing strike. Last threat to wound in range. No target disdained. All right, last threat. Well, there's only 1 threat, so it's going to be her. So the target's going to gain an age token. Then it's going to move to attack the target. 2 accuracy and 2 damage. And then look, Razor Wind yet again. Oh my gosh, this guy's out of control. All right, he's going to go. She's going to go ahead and turn, and then he's going to pick the target, which is her. Then she's going to gain an age token. Then it's going to move up 1, and then it's going to go ahead and attack her. I meant him. It's attacking Fizzban. If I said it was attacking Mina, it's not. It's attacking Fizzban. So here we go. It gets to attack against Fizzban. Now Fizzban's not doomed this time, so he could use a survival to go ahead and block, and he's going to do that because he's been just taking a ton of damage. So we're going to go ahead and drop him down to 6. That means he's going to be able to block. Now this thing needs a 2+. So we're going to go ahead. It has hit with both. Now this is where I did something wrong in the last time I fought the Phoenix. Block states that you get to negate one of the hits. You don't get to see what the hits are first. You don't get to get rid of one of these. That's what dodge does. Block actually gets rid of one of these. So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of one of those. So I've only been hit once. I don't know where it is yet. We're going to find out. It's going to be in the waist. And I'm going to go ahead and spend yet another survival to dodge that. So we're going to go to a 5. And then we're probably going to go to a 4 to get the heck out of there. That's going to be probably our plan. We'll see how this goes. She's going to go, that's Fizzban's blocked 1. Then he's going to go ahead and dodge this one. So he hasn't taken any damage, which is great. He is going to still gain this age token, bringing him up to 3 age tokens. He actually is sitting on 3, which could pretty much put him almost out of existence, I wouldn't doubt. Well, actually, it has no XP, so it actually is probably doing okay. But still, age token's not good. We're going to go ahead now and perform Razor Wind. This is another one where I could go ahead and use a survival to go ahead and dash out of the way. But I think I'm going to go ahead and take this. It's not the end of the world because I'm being knocked back into the tree, which isn't going to be the end of the world. Of course, I am going to gain this bleeding token, which isn't going to be good. So I'm going to gain the bleeding token, but the rest of this really doesn't matter because he's immune to bash, and I'm already up against the tree. So he's up to his 2nd bleeding token, and I'm going to go ahead and give Mina one as well. Now that the Phoenix has completed its turn, it's going to go ahead and Zeal. At the end of each monster's turn, perform the basic action. So again, I'm going to attack for 2, and I'm going to gain an age token. All right, so it's going to go ahead and attack me. This thing came to play today. Here we go. It hit me twice. Now, I could have chose to block. I'm not blocking. I'm just going to go ahead and take the hits. Let's see where they lie. In the waist and in the body. So Fizzban, I think, is going to go ahead and dodge the body shot and take the hit to the waist. So he's taken 2 to the waist, which is terrible. He's actually gotten hit everywhere but the head. He's going to gain another age token, which he's up to 4 now. Wow, that's amazing. I'm going to go ahead and spend a survival and dash out of the way. I'm up to 2 bleeding tokens. Actually, no, I'm going to go ahead and keep the survival. We'll take 1 more bleeding token, but that's about the last bleeding token I can even take for him. I can't afford to take too many more. And of course, Mina's going to gain a bleeding token as well. She is also up to 3 bleeding tokens. And the reason I'm taking those bleeding tokens is because, of course, Razor Wind again fires off. And that knocks me back into the tree. I ignore bash, but I do take the bleeding token. Now, I get to stand everybody up because the monster is finally done destroying everybody. And poor Mina's wondering why she dashed in there. Oh, because I'm a terrible, terrible player. All right, we're going to start with these 2. Actually, no, I lied. We are going to start with Mina. Mina is going to spend another one of her survival. We're going to see if she actually spends it. She does not. She keeps her survival. She's going to go ahead and perform, what is it? Her cat eye circlet. We're going to go ahead and look at the top 3 hit location cards of the monster. We're going to surge to do that, which is why to see if I kept my survival. So let's see what 3 we have found. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. All right, the trap is right there. Ah, here comes the trap again. Oh, I almost feel like getting Mina out of the way and then just having Fizzman take this. All right, well, the trap is right on top. Let's see what else we got. +2 toughness to wound this location, the feathered body. All right, so I'm not wounding that. And this one's wound. Oh, this is that Eye of the Storm thing. Survivors in the Eye of the Storm gain +1 insanity. All other survivors suffer knockback 7 and bash again. Oh my gosh, this is just ridiculous. All right, well, this is the worst thing that could have happened. Okay, we're going to put them in that order, and I'm going to have to set up for this. I might have to give this Phoenix yet another turn, which is going to be absolutely terrible. All right, we're going to move our characters. He is going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move 1, 2, 3, I guess, to right there. She's going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then move 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here. And then we're going to go ahead and have Mina move 1, 2, 3. So now we've actually put ourselves in the ability to take on that, whatever, the Eye of the Storm thing. So our guys are all set to go. Of course, I do have to lose some survival. Ashroot is going to go down to 6, and Palin is going to go down to 5, if I can find the 5. And she's going to go to 6. That's where we are in survival on those 2 characters. Now, of course, they can still perform their action. They've dashed, moved in, and one of them can at least attack here. But because I didn't move, one moved in, dashed and moved in, I have to perform my action there. I could surge right now to attack with either of them, but this one is the last person to move. Well, she was the last one to move, but I'm going to move her first. This is how it's all going to go. She moves, then he moves, then she moves, and she's going to go ahead and, oh, the trap's on top. She's not going to attack. I'm going to have Mina back here. She's going to be the one that attacks and causes this vile, evil trap to go off. So she gets to attack with both the Feather Shield and the Bone Blade because of the Blood Paint. So she has 3 speed. She needs a 7+. She has no other accuracy. Well, she has +1 accuracy, I guess. Or he does. I'm sorry. He has +1 accuracy. So he needs a 6+. He got 2 hits. That's exactly what I needed. That's fantastic. He's going to go ahead and hit both of these, the Glorious Wing Claws, which means I'm going to do that one second. I'm going to do the Feathered Body. That one gets +2 toughness, so this is pretty much going to be impossible to wound. I need a 10, which is about 1 is just the opposite of the 10. All right, that did not wound. Now we've got our Glorious Wing Claws. Let's see how that goes. We got a 5. So 5 + 0 + 2 is 7. So that did not wound, so we don't even have to worry about the Eye of the Storm. Now we get to attack with the Bone Blade. We get 2 attacks here. We got a 7 and a 6. That's totally enough to make this thing fire off. There's the trap. We're going to fire off the trap, which is going to doom all of our survivors. But this one in particular is going to take 2 hits with our attack here. It's going to gain this age token, which is sweetness. And he's going to hit twice, which is not too bad. Now, he can't dodge any of these, block any of these, or anything. He got hit in the body and in the hands. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So Fizzban's going to gain a bleeding token from the Razor Wind. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but we will. He also has no more armor in the hands and the body. And of course, he gains hit. Well, I'm out of tokens now. He's up to 5 age tokens. Unbelievable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's something. And we're going to go ahead, knock back 7 and bash, but she's against the tree again, and she ignores bash, or he does, sorry. I keep thinking it's her because of this leather armor. What's the back? Is it yeah, we go. We'll put it that side so I can hopefully remember that's a guy. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep that side up. So he ignores bash and knock back into the tree, so that doesn't matter. And that's really about it. 4 bleeding tokens. Yuck, that's terrible. Now we're going to go ahead and see if we really want to keep on fighting this guy. So we have managed to do 1 wound to this monster already, which is really good. We are on fire. We're going to go ahead and mix up our hit location deck again, giving it a good old truffle shuffle here, and we're going to return it back down to the bottom board here. And now we have to decide if we want to actually surge with these 2 characters potentially starting to maybe actually wound this thing. We'll see. We are going to surge with our new character Ashroot. She's going to go down to 5 survival, and she's going to go ahead and try to hit him with the daggers. So our Bone Dagger has a 7. She's in the blind spot, so it's a 6, and she has +1 accuracy, so it's a 5+. She gets to roll 4 dice because of her White Lion armor. Let's see how this does. We got 1, 2, oh, she hit 4 times and 2 perfect hits. though I don't think she has anything except for the dagger itself. It says right here, on a perfect hit, gain +1 survival. So she goes back up to 7 survival. That's awesome. She's at 7 survival. Let's see what 4 locations she was able to hit. Hopefully we don't actually find the trap. We have found the glorious handed feet reflex. It's the one where it turns around and makes you take brain damage. Then we've got the glorious head with the rewind. She doesn't have any age tokens. Then we've got a super dense location. This is not a frail item, so we're okay. Same thing, it's going to turn into brain damage. Then we've got an impervious location. All right, we're going to start with the impervious location here. We're going to roll up our die and see how we do. We got a 2, so this doesn't matter. It could only be critically hit. It couldn't have anything else. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and hit the glorious head. Let's see how we do against this. We got a lantern 10. Yes, now my guys are starting to do stuff. It says right down here, critical wound. The trauma causes the monster to black out momentarily. The monster gains -2 toughness for the rest of this attack. Cancel any reflexes until the end of the attack. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we have done 1 wound, and I can go ahead and attack these at -2 to actually wound it. It's a super dense location. I can still wound it, but I would break frail weapons. Let's see how we do. Well, we got a 1. Oh, man, we missed. All right. Or we didn't wound it, I should say. We've got 1 left, the glorious handed feet, which is a 3. +1 is 4. +1, 2, 4, 5, 6 with our necklace. 7, 8 with our actual armor. That's not enough to wound it, except we have -2 toughness. So instead of 10, it only has an 8. So this does wound. Let's make sure we got our math right here. So we've got a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's awesome. So we did wound our monster twice. So we did 2 damage to our Phoenix. We're going to take the top 2 AI cards and put them over there, and then we're going to move on. So now I think I am going to surge with him as well. Palin is going to go down to 4 survival, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can hit him with those beast guitars. So we're going to go ahead and roll our beast guitars. We get 4 attacks. Now I'll get a 6+. He doesn't have any extra accuracy or anything. Let's see how this goes. A 6+. I got 1, 2. 2 hits. Let's see how that goes. Of course, I'm drawing blind. Let's hope this doesn't happen. I don't need to find that trap again. You strike the monster's powerful digits. Oh, and there's the trap. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. All right, so again, he goes flying backwards. He gets attacked. We've seen this card before. I don't need to read it anymore. I think I've seen this more than any other hit location. All right, here comes our basic attack against him. All right, he got a 3 and a 1. He missed once. That's awesome. So I only got hit once. Let's see where we got hit. We got hit in the legs. So let's go ahead and take that. So Palin does get hit in the legs for 2. He's down to 2 in the legs. Now, of course, he also is going to go ahead and take a age token, and he's going to gain a bleeding token. I'm going to go ahead and give him that right now, because we're going to have to perform Razor Wind against Palin now. So our monster is going to look at Palin and go ahead and send him flying backwards 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and bash, knocked on the ground. And I already gave him his bleeding token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we're good. All right, she's surged. She's already done her stuff. She's done her stuff. We're done. Now it's time for our monster. Let's see what our monster is going to do. Hopefully it's move forward and not do anything. It is Peck. Last threat to wound in range. Well, that's her. She was the last person to actually wound our Phoenix. It says it gains an age token. Now I have another option here. I could maybe dash out of the way, but it's going to move and attack, so I won't be able to move. All right, it says speed 2, accuracy 2, damage 2. Before damage, destroy armor. Reduce the armor at this hit location to 0 before applying damage. Oh, that's terrible. I remember this. This is terrible. I remember how this thing works. All right, we're going to go ahead and take care of all of that. So we're going to go ahead and roll up some dice. We have to take the age token, and I have to roll 2 of these dice, and she has no other evasion, I don't think. Oh, she has +1 evasion. Let's see how that goes. Well, she didn't dodge anything. It needs a 3+ to hit. It got a 3+. So let's see where it actually damaged her. The body and the waist. Now, when she goes to get hit by this, it means that my armor is going to go to 0 when I go ahead and get tacked by this. It says reduce the armor to the hit location to 0 before applying the damage. I'm going to go ahead and dodge the body shot, bringing Ash Root's survival to 6. and she's going to go ahead and take the damage to the body. So her waste is going to go down to 0, and now she's going to have the damage applied, which means she's going to check both her light and her heavy box, which means she is going to be knocked down. Oh, that's terrible. So Ashrid is on the ground. It's not the end of the world. Now we have to go ahead, and I think that's the end of our Peck card. So we're going to place that there. Now, of course, it does have Zeal, so it's going to perform its basic action. So it's going to attack the closest threat in range. I'm going to have it go ahead and attack her. Mina needs to get some action here. She's going to get attacked. That's the deal. She's going to gain an age token. And then she's going to get hit for this, and then she's going to get Razor Wind out of control. That's the plan. Mainly because, sadly, our tank has taken so much damage already, he can't really take much more. She hasn't even been hit yet, except, of course, during our hunt events. So she's going to go ahead and get hit by this thing. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 dice and see how we do. We got an 8 and a lantern. It totally hit her. She's going to go ahead and see where she got hit. She got hit in the body and in the head. She's going to dodge the head, and she's going to go ahead and take a shot to the body. Now I get to roll to see if I keep my survival. Let's see if I do. I got a 7. I get to keep the survival I used to dodge. So she only is going to take 2 to the body, an age token, and have to deal with Razor Wind. All right, I'm going to change my mind. I didn't realize she had already taken 2 during the hunt to the body, so she's going to dodge the body and take 2 to the head, and she's going to gain 1 of her age tokens, and then she's going to go ahead and spend a survival to dash during Razor Wind. Let's see if she keeps that survival. This time she doesn't. She finally does actually lose 1 of her survival. She's been doing fantastic. All right, she's going to go down to 7. She's going to dash out of the way, 1, 2, 3, over to here. So at least the Razor Wind fires off that way, and it doesn't affect anybody. So now that the monster is finished, we're going to go ahead and stand him up. I'm going to go ahead and spend in survival from Mina to go ahead and encourage her to stand up. So we're going to roll to see if we keep that survival. We got a 10. We do keep the survival. She stands up. Our characters are all ready to go and taking on this Phoenix. Of course, in the process of moving this Phoenix around, I have managed to take this acanthus plant and move it all over the place. We're going to put it back on the board if this thing ever moves from here. Now, of course, we have to try to get into these spots in case that one attack comes off. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3 to here. She's going to use her action to use the cat eye circlet. So we're going to go ahead and mix up our hit location deck. I forgot to do that after I drew that trap. We're going to mix that up, and we're going to put that back down on the board, and then we're going to go ahead and look at the top 3 cards. We have found the Feathered Body, +2 toughness, not the end of the world. An Impervious Location, that's okay. And the one that actually deals brain damage to an attacker. All right, we're going to put those back in that order. That's totally fine. Now we're going to go ahead and use this guy. He's going to dash. I'm going to go ahead and drop Palin's survival to 3. He's just going through survival like nothing. He's going to dash 3. There we go. He's going to go down to survival 1, 2, 3. To right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my plan. Now he's going to go ahead and use his Screaming Coat, which is the worst plan on the planet because, again, I am absolutely terrible at this game. Spend 1 action to full move forward in a straight line. If you move 4 spaces and stop adjacent to the monster, it suffers knockback 1 and -1 toughness till the end of the round. So we're going to go ahead and do that, but that means I'm going to go ahead and knock him right into her. Is that really what I want to do? You know, I set this up wrong again. I should have gone ahead and used him first. We're not going to do that. We're just going to run in. I totally am terrible at this game. All right, he's going to run in and attack with his Beast Knuckles. Oh, I can't believe this. I bet everybody's screaming at the TV how I should be playing this game. And I apologize for how bad I'm doing. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit him. Hopefully you can hit him real good. So we're going to go ahead and hit with those Beast Knuckles. I do get 4 attacks, and I am in the blind spot. So let's see how this goes. I got a hit and a hit. And on a perfect hit, I get to roll another attack against him because of my combo mastery. So let's see how we do. I'll roll again, and I got another hit. So that's 3 hits. And we know what all 3 of those are, so we are not going to find the trap, which is awesome. All right, we have +2 toughness. Just the Impervious. We're going to go against the Impervious Location first. I need to get pretty much a 9 or a 10 in order to do anything to this. We got a 1, so that didn't do anything. Throw that card over there. All right, next we have to decide if we want to, yes, we want to go for the Feathered Body next because it gets +2 toughness. So we're going to roll our die. We got a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then his extra strength, 9, 10, 11. I got an 11, and sadly its toughness is 12. It's 12. He got it. That failed too. All right, we're going to see if we can actually hit this one now. We're going to go ahead and roll. We got a 9. That's a critical hit because he gains +1 luck because of his lucky charm. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see what the critical wound says. Gain 1 random Phoenix resource. You smash apart the beast monster's foot in triumph. You may spend 1 survivor to howl and encourage all knockdown survivors. Oh, look at this. This thing is actually throwing... It's throwing things at me. This is what I should have done him first, because look, I could have encouraged her not to spend the survival, even though I didn't really spend the survival. But still, wow, this game is totally telling me how much of a noob I am when I play the game. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab a random Phoenix resource and do another wound. And because I critically wounded, I don't have to deal with the reflex up here. And that's 1 more damage to the Phoenix. So we're going to put all our hit location cards down right there. We're going to grab another wound off the top, and then we're going to be able to get a random resource from the Phoenix resource deck here. Let's see what we have found. There's a whole ton of these things. Come on, hollow wing bone. We really need one of those because I saw a lot of the weapons need a hollow wing bone. Let's see what we get. We got Phoenix finger. All right. When you gain this, a survivor of your choice gains +3 insanity. Oh, that's awesome. We're going to give it to Mina so she can actually wield her weapon. We're going to go ahead and give this, of course, to Palin because he did such a great job. We're going to give the 3 insanity to Mina. So Mina's super excited that she's at 4 insanity, but she's also super sad because she used her actual action to go ahead and use the cat eye circlet that she has. So I can't actually use my Twilight Sword because I have to spend both my movement and my action in order to use the Twilight Sword, which is kind of sad. So now Ashrit's going to go next, and as an action, she is going to use this. She's going to use this dreaded decade. It says roll a d10. If the result is equal to or less than your insanity, you get to remove all age tokens, otherwise suffer spiral age. The reason I'm doing it is I want to get rid of this in case I find that rewind thing. So we're going to roll. Her insanity is only 1, so this isn't really going to be that great of a plan here. But she has failed. Oh no, I've got it in the picture here. Now she failed. She got the same roll. She got 6. All right, we're going to go ahead and discard that, but I have to gain 4 hunt XP. So we're going to go ahead 1, 2, 3, and 4, which means I have done my first one, which means I'm going to gain a weapon proficiency. She's going to gain dagger as her weapon proficiency. That'll be awesome. And now she gets to roll 2d10. We've seen this age thing so many times. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. We got a 12. And that means she's going to gain a random fighting art. So we're going to mix these up a little bit. We're just going to take the top one here. We'll see what we get. We got Last Man Standing. While you're the only survivor on the Showdown board, you may not gain bleeding tokens or be knocked down. Wow, that's awesome. All right, she's going to gain Last Man Standing. We're going to put that right here. Last Man Standing. Sweet. I'm pretty excited about that one. All right, that's going to be her age thing. Now, that was her action. Now she's going to go ahead and go down to 5 to surge. She's going to go ahead and surge and attack him. Let's see if I can find the 5. There we go, right there. And we're going to go ahead and put this back, record and archive this card. So I'm going to use my dagger that I'm now proficient in. Well, not really quite yet, but I'm now gaining proficiencies for it. I get to roll 4 dice because of my White Lion gear. And we need wow, we got 3 hits. We need I think a 6 or something, maybe even a 5. We got 3 hits. Hopefully none of them are a trap. We're going to go ahead and look. We have found the soft lower gut, the underside of the pale soft, and toughness, -2 toughness to wound this location. That's awesome. We got the inner face. Oh, the -2 toughness wound this location is a death blow. That's not happening. And the last one is, oh, look, this is the rewind card. I'm so glad I did the age tokens. All right, we're going to start with the attacker has any age tokens. Okay, so none of these have to do with him turning to face the attacker, but that's not really going to matter too much. All right, we'll start with the Glorious Head. Why not? We're going to start with the Glorious Head. We're going to roll our die and see how we do. We got a 4 plus 1, so that's 5. Plus we get 6, 7 for our Monster Tooth necklace, 7, 8, 9 because of our White Lion gear, and then we get 2 more because of our characters. We get 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's enough to wound him. I think I forgot the +2 strength one of the times that I was attacking for my actual character. All right, that's a wound. We're going to stick that one over here. Next, we've got this one. It gets -2 toughness. It's off lower gut. Let's see how it goes. Oh, we got a 6. That's enough to wound that location. Now we got the inner face. Yeah, all right, let's rock this thing. We got an 8. Oh, that's fantastic. That's another wound. So that's 3 wounds we did with her. That was awesome. So we're going to put all of these hit locations right here, take 3 more off the top. 1, 2, 3. You know, I don't know what it is. For how much I like those Beast Guitar, it's always the person with the dagger that really does some damage. Now the only person we have left to fight with is Fizban, who's sitting right back here. Now he could attack, or he could maybe check out this tree. That might not be a bad plan. What I'm worried about is if I draw the trap, if I drew the trap, wow, if I use the right words, if I draw the trap, he's going to die, because he's going to get Razor Wind to death, because I wouldn't be able to do anything, because I've already surged with these 2 characters, so they wouldn't even have a chance of knocking him down. I think that's going to be, but I really need to keep on going. I need to try to take this Phoenix out. So we are going to go ahead and attack with Fizban and hope that we don't draw that trap. So Fizban is attacking with his shield and his Bone Blade. He's going to start with the shield. He needs a 7+, but he does have +1 accuracy, so a 6+. Let's see how he does. Oh my gosh, he hit 3 times. That might not be very good. I was maybe hoping for a couple hits here, but we're going to hit 3 times and see what happens. We have found the Glorious Eye. So that's the rewind. I might have to do this one right away because I have so many age tokens, so he's going to have to rewind. Super dense location. Okay, that's awesome because this is not frail. Totally fine. And then we've got the Glorious Hands. All right, we're going to start by hitting the Glorious Eye. Let's read rewind one more time. Undo the survivor's attack. Restore any wound or persistent injuries this attack caused to the monster. Place the survivor 5 spaces away from the monster. Oh, yuck. All right, so that's only if I wound it, though. So I wonder if I should attack with this first. No, we're going to go with some of these other ones first. We are going to go with the Glorious Eye first, and we're going to go ahead and see how we do. I don't get any strength from my actual weapon, but I do have +2 strength innately. So Fizban only needs an 8 to wound this. And he got an 8, so he wounded this thing. That's awesome. Fantastic. I'm going to put the wound over here. All right, now we're going to go ahead and we'll try the super dense location. Why not? We'll see how this goes. We got a 1, totally failed. Not the end of the world. Now here's the rewind card. This one again, I need an 8 to wound it. And if I wound it, that means I'm going to have to do the rewind. If I don't wound it, this wound still happens. Let's see how it goes. I roll a 3. I didn't wound it. That's actually pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and do 1 more wound to our Phoenix. So we're going to take the top AI card and put it in the wound stack. Now I do have my blood paint, meaning I'm going to attack twice with my Bone Blade. Or not, I shouldn't say attack twice. Use my Bone Blade that has 2 speed. We're going to see how we do. I need a 5+. And I hit once. Now I don't get anything on a perfect hit because it doesn't have anything that does anything, but I do get to draw 1 hit location card. Oh, wow. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, man. Oh, Fizban, you're a crazy old wizard. If anybody knows the books, it's time for him to meet his end. So he's going to get attacked twice, or attacked by the basic action. He's going to get an age token. He's going to get attacked twice. He got hit twice. Not the end of the world. He's going to take 2 damage. He got hit in the body and in the waist. Both of those are going to knock him down. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So Fizban is going to get hit in the body and in the waist, so he's going to go ahead and take his light and heavy wounds. He's going to lose 2 more to his waist, which is okay. Now, of course, he does get another age token. I don't have anything to represent it. I'm just going to put that there for now because it really is not going to matter. He's going to go ahead and he has like 6 of these things. Now, the worst part is he's going to get Razor Wind. And I'm guessing everybody sees the writing on the wall in this one. Knockback 7, bash, and bleed 1. And he has no way to prevent bleed. So he's at 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to gain a 5th bleeding token, which is going to put Fizban out of the game. He has died. Oh no, Fizban has met the end. We're going to put his character here. He's dead. He's out of the game. Poor Fizban. Oh, I'm so sorry. But that's okay. We're going to continue into, I guess, the monster's turn now. With that done, we're going to go ahead and draw our next AI card. This is the only one he has left. And it is the difference between us. So it's going to target the survivor with the least age tokens. That's going to be her. Ashret has 0 age tokens. And now I have an opportunity here. I don't know if I'm going to do anything about it. Materialize adjacent to target. Target gains 1 age token. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Target cannot block. Well, I don't have anything to block it with. Attack target. Speed 2, accuracy. Oh my gosh, 10 damage? Before damage, head hunter. Attack always hits the head location target. Oh my goodness, -2 severe injury rolls? Oh my gosh, this is absolutely out of control. Do I have any? I know I can't get out of the way of this thing. It's going to materialize adjacent to the target. Oh, I think I might be okay. So it's going to materialize adjacent to the target. Target gains 1 age token. So let's go ahead and do these in order and see if I do this right. So first it's going to target her. So it's going to target her and it's going to materialize. So let's go ahead and read materialize. Materialize right here states materialize. Remove the monster from the showdown board and place it adjacent to the target. It must be placed so its base covers as many other survivors as possible. They suffer collision as normal. All right, so it's going to go ahead and materialize itself either, well, adjacent would be here, but it wants to hit as many people as it can. So it's either going to land here or here. I think I'm going to let it land here. Now that it's materialized, it collides with her, but she's going to spend a survival during this time to dash. She's going to spend a survival to dash. We're going to see if she gains her survival back. She got a 9. She does, so she doesn't suffer anything. She's going to dash without an arm now, apparently. She's going to dash. I think she's going to dash behind it. Why not, huh? She's going to dash. She was right. Where was she? Here. 1, 2, 3. She's going to dash, so it materializes right behind her, just like that. Now, of course, it still picked her as its target. Now that it's materialized, I have a chance of using a survival action here. I'm going to use a survival action. This was where I used Mina's survival actions right there. After it picks its target, I moved it out of the way of its materialized. Then it materialized, and I gain an age token. I have to gain an age token. All right, so we're going to go ahead and give Ashret an age token. She has that. Now we're going to go ahead and target cannot block, attack the target. It doesn't say move to attack the target. So this right here is where I am going to dash. I'm going to get out of the way of this thing. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to dash right to there. And the reason I can is because then I can pounce into it next turn. So she's going to use her survival to dash. She is down to 4. She's not doomed, so she can use survival. So she has dashed to here. And that's the end of this thing's attack, I believe is how this is going to work. Now before I do that, let me make sure I'm dashing to the right spot, because this thing's probably going to attack her next, because it is going to attack with its basic action next. Let's check out that card real quick. Closest threat in range. Oh, that'll just be Mina. It's going to turn around and attack Mina. I guess that's okay, but she's already dashed, so that means she's going to get blown into oblivion here. Well, that's the way it works. All right, we're going to be okay. I think we're okay there. She's going to this card is complete. I didn't have to worry about being attacked because I wasn't doomed or anything. And now we're going to go ahead and basic attack. Closest threat in range. Its closest threat is her. She's going to turn around, and this thing's going to attack her. It's going to go ahead and spend 2 attack. It's got 2 accuracy. I've already dashed, so I can't get out of the way of this thing. And I've already dashed with her too, so I couldn't get out of the way of this thing at all. This is really the best option, is just have Mina get hit by this thing, because these 2 are the ones that seem to be doing the damage. So we're going to go ahead. The survivors get in the blast zone, knock back the whole shebang here. I'm just going to roll it right here. We're going to see how this goes. She's going to get attacked. She's got 2 of these. She's got no way to really deal with this. Got hit both times. We're then going to go ahead and roll our hit location dice. Now, she can dodge one of these if she wants to, and she is. She's going to dodge that head hit. That head hit's going to be bad news. We're going to put these guys right back in here. Maybe I should have used my dice tray. We're going to go ahead and dodge the head, and she's going to take 2 to the body, which is going to be terrible. I think she's going to be knocked back. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's all the way at the edge of the board, and she's on the ground. All right, so she's done that. Plus, she gains a bleeding token. Now, of course, she's up to 4 bleeding tokens as well. So she's really close to death. We're going to go ahead and put this down there and do our damage. So the first thing we're going to do is gain our age token. We're also going to take our 2 damage to the body, which is going to cover up both of these. I've already given our bleeding token to her. It's right here. She has 4 of those, and that's really about it for her. She's knocked down. She's not hopefully going to get attacked again, and that's the end of the monster's turn. Now it's our turn. All right, it's our turn, and again, I have dashed her into the wrong spot. So many things to think about and remember in this game. I should have dashed her to here, because then she could pounce into here, and in case this thing decides to do that weird attack where only the spots adjacent to her are safe, I'm not going to be able to pounce in here without potentially causing that to happen. We're going to see how this goes. Our character with guitars, which I always think is the best, and it never seems to do what I want it to, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to here and attack. Is that really my best plan? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Maybe it's better to put her here. I think that might be the best. I'm going to have her run in and attack this thing. And of course, I'm sure everybody has noticed a long, long time ago that maybe I should have used that ore vein when I was standing next to it, and I didn't. But we're going to go ahead and attack her with the dagger character. Our dagger seems to be doing so good that we're going to go ahead and try it again. We've got our 4 dice. We're going to go ahead and roll and see how we do. We got a 7, a 2, a 2, and a 2. These are terrible. These didn't hit at all. But this one did. I've got 1 hit. That's awesome. We're going to go ahead and see how we do. We have found, oh, the death blow. No, this thing still got 4 wounds, so I can't death blow it. But it's -2 toughness, which is really good. So we've got an 8. That's enough to wound this monster 1 time. So we're going to put our hit location down, and we're going to take another card from the top of the eye deck. There's only 2 there, so I wonder which 2 they are. All right, now it's time for Captain Qatar. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's see what he can do. He's not actually in really the safest spot. This would be the best spot to attack this thing in, but I can't actually get there because he only has 4 speed. Palin is a little slow. Now for his action, he's going to go ahead and do the dreaded decade, and he got a 4. So he's got 4 insanity. I think he gets to remove these age tokens. Let's take a look. He's got, it says right down here, roll a d10 if the result is equal to or less than your insanity, remove all the age tokens. All right, it was. So we have removed all the age tokens. He's going to surge to 2, and he's going to go ahead and try to hit this monster with my Beast Qatars. All right, Beast Qatars, don't fail me now. We've got a lot of hits. We got 4 hits again. Oh my gosh, why does he hit so much? All right, we're going to go ahead and roll another one because I got a perfect hit. And we got a 5. He is a 6+. He is not in the blind spot, and I don't believe he has any other accuracy, so actually this misses. I'm kind of happy about that. So we hit it 4 times. Let's see how that goes for us. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 hit locations. We have hit the Impervious Hands. That's totally fine. We have hit the Glorious Eye. It's going to rewind. We got rid of those age tokens. That's perfect. We've got the Glorious Wing Claw. The Phoenix does the Eye of the Storm, and I put, oh no, he's not in the right spot. All right, and then we've got a Super Dense Location. All right, we're going to hit the Impervious Location first because I can't actually damage it. So let's see how we do. We got a 5. This is nothing. All right, put it over there. Next, we're going to go for the Glorious Eye. I can go ahead and attack this and maybe do some damage. 4 + 4 is 8, plus he has 2 extra strength, so that's 10. This is a wound. I'm going to put this right here. Now let's see, we're going to go for the Reflex. We're going to go for the Super Dense Location next. Let's see how we do. We got a 9. That's a critical wound because of his lucky charm. It says right down here, persistent injury, cracked beak. Ignore the effect of destroy armor. Oh, well, I think I got rid of all the destroy armors. But that's okay. It's a persistent injury. I'm going to go ahead and put this next to our character, or our monster. And now the last one we have is our Glorious Wing Claws. Let's see how this goes. We got a 5. That's enough to wound, which is going to be enough to fire off our Glorious Wing Claws and cause our Eye of the Storm. So let's go ahead and take care of that. So we're going to put these back. I'm going to go ahead and put this one here because we have to deal with this one. Now we did wound twice, so I'm going to take 2 wounds off the top, leaving only its basic action left. So sadly it is still alive and we have to deal with it. But first we have to go do the Eye of the Storm. So I'm going to give an Insanity to Ashrut, but everybody else is going to suffer knockback 7 and bash. So she's going to gain the Insanity, but he's going to get knockback and bash 7 right into that thing. Now, of course, we also have Mina, but she's already all the way on the other side of the board, and she's knocked down and bashed as well. But she's going to gain an Insanity, bringing her Insanity up to 2. And now I think I'm going to go ahead and surge with her to go ahead and hit with those daggers and hopefully finish this guy off. So we're going to bring Ashrut's survival down to 3, and then she's going to go ahead and attack with her Bone Dagger, which again, we get to get 4 attack dice because of our White Lion gear. Let's see how this goes. We have, wow, we only, 2. We got 2 hits. That's just fine. We got 2 hits. Let's see how that goes. It only takes 1, and we can take this guy down. We've got the Glorious Handed Feet, and we've got the Feathered Wing. All right, I think we're going to do the Glorious Feet first. No, I think we're going to do the, it doesn't really matter. If we wound this thing, it's over. So we're going to go ahead and hit the Feathered Wing first and see how this goes. We got a 2 plus what? 2. So it's 4, 5, 6, and then we get, what else we get? 6, 7, 8, and then 9. We only got 9 hits damage with that. That's okay. So we've missed with the fine, was it Feathered Wing? Now we're going to go with the Glorious Handed Feet. See how we do there. We got the 4, and that's really all we needed. We got a 4. This thing's probably going to meet its maker here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because she is who she is. So that is enough to wound it, and that is enough to take out our Phoenix. So we're going to put our kits here. Our last wound is the basic action. We are done. We have taken down the Phoenix yet again. Wow, this is an amazing battle. So the Phoenix has been defeated yet again. We did lose Fizzman, poor guy. He did not make it. He is laying here. He is Phoenix meat. All right, but that's okay. This is just awesome. I love this Phoenix. This thing's really fun to play against. Now, of course, I'm really upset that I didn't go and get this right away at the beginning of the battle. I totally should have done that. That would have been great to get for resources. But speaking of resources, we get 4 of these Phoenix basic resources. So let's see what 4 we get. We get 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully we get a hollow bone. Now, of course, I also get 4 basic resources as well. We have got, what's this? Pustulates. It says right here, the aroma is tempting. Oh, that's something. Tail feathers, musculent droppings, and a shimmering halo, curiously heavy. All right, so we've got those 4. Sadly, I did not get anything I was really hoping for. Now we also get 4 basic resources as well. So I'll give these a little shuffle here, and we'll take 4 of these. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what 4 basic resources we got. I'm actually hoping we get a hide, a bone, and an organ. We got a hide, another hide. What is this? Love juice, organ consumable. During the settlement phase, you may archive this to intimacy. Nominate survivors must be able to consume. Oh, interesting. All right. We got a bone. All right. So we did get a hide, a bone, and an organ if we want to go in that route when it comes to innovating, which should be pretty happy. Now, those are all the resources we have gained. That was pretty awesome. And that's it. We were able to take down the Phoenix. It's time to go back to the settlement and see what we can do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the playthrough. I'm having a blast. Kingdom Death is so much fun. It never gets old to me. I just have a blast fighting all these different monsters and gaining all these awesome resources to bring back to the settlement. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the next part of the playthrough comes out. We're going to go back to the settlement, and then we're going to go on another hunt. But actually, I think we have a big fight coming up, so we'll have to see what happens. Please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you're excited to see what happens to our brave survivors, then I need you to meet me at the co-op shop.